Picture this, a warm April night in 1993. Malta, a sun-drenched island of ancient history and tight-knit communities, is about to be scarred forever. In a remote field near Rabat, a car burns ferociously, flames tearing through the night. Inside, a woman fights for her life, her screams lost to the inferno. This is no accident. This is murder, Malta's most gruesome. Welcome to True Crime Tales with Cosette. I'm Cosette, your guide through the darkest corners of true crime. Today, we unravel a case that shattered a nation: the brutal murder of Sylvia King, a beloved bowling champion and devoted mother, burnt alive in her own car. This is a story of betrayal, vengeance, and unimaginable cruelty. Stay with me as we uncover the chilling truth. The victim and the night of horror. Sylvia King was a remarkable woman. At 36, she was Malta's national bowling champion, a vibrant figure in her community, and the proud owner of the Lemon and Lime Bar in Marsa, a lively hub for locals. But beyond her public success, Sylvia was a dedicated social worker, helping those in need, including victims of domestic violence. She was also a loving wife to Patrick King, who was abroad in Libya, working for an oil company at the time of her death. Together, they shared a 10-year-old son, the heart of their family, who was left behind to grieve a loss no child should endure. On April 2, 1993, Sylvia locked up her bar and stepped into the warm Mediterranean night. She had no idea she was being watched. Two men, Joseph Harrington and Tony Baldacchino, lurked in the shadows. As Sylvia climbed into her car, they struck. Near the Saint-Antoine waste recycling plant, they dragged her from the driver's seat, gagged her, and forced her into the back of her own vehicle. Their motive? Harrington, consumed by rage, wanted to know the whereabouts of his estranged wife, a domestic violence victim Sylvia had been helping. What followed was a nightmare beyond comprehension. They drove Sylvia to Concesione, a remote spot overlooking Imjar and Jnaina Bay, where serenity turned to horror. Harrington and Baldacchino beat her, striking her head with a heavy object. Then, with Sylvia still alive, they doused the car in fuel and set it ablaze. Forensic evidence later revealed a gut-wrenching truth. Soot in Sylvia's windpipe and melted glass beneath her head showed she was conscious as the flames consumed her. She fought to survive, leaving behind a husband and son who would never see her again. The investigation and the killers. The morning of April 3, 1993, dawned with horror. Veteran forensic expert Dr. Anthony Abela Medici arrived at the smoldering wreck, later calling it one of the worst cases Malta ever had. The car was gutted, still hot from the fire. Among the ashes, a single clue shone through: a gold pendant shaped like a bowling pin, a symbol of Sylvia's triumph as national champion. A bra strap confirmed the victim was a woman, and dental records from Northern Ireland, where Sylvia had once lived, identified her. The nation reeled, and Patrick King, working hundreds of miles away in Libya, received the devastating news that his wife was gone, leaving their young son without a mother. Days later, a breakthrough. Police found a bag under a car in Zaytoun containing 2 pistols and Sylvia's personal belongings, including her diary. This led them to Tony Baldacchino, a heroin addict with a troubled past. Under questioning, Baldacchino broke, confessing the chilling details. He claimed Harrington was the mastermind, driven by a twisted obsession to find his wife, whom Sylvia had helped escape his abuse. Baldacchino said he feared Harrington but went along with the plan. Both men were arrested. In 1997, Tony Baldacchino was convicted of complicity in Sylvia's murder. He served time but was released in 2002, only to die a year later from a suspected heroin overdose in his Bujiba flat. Joseph Harrington faced a jury trial in 2000 and was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison. Cold and remorseless, he died in 2014 while receiving treatment at Mater Dei Hospital. Justice was served, but for Patrick and their son, no sentence could heal the void left by Sylvia's death. The legacy and unanswered questions. Sylvia King's murder left a scar on Malta's heart. A small monument now stands in Concesione, a quiet tribute to a woman whose life was stolen in the cruelest way. Her death was not just a loss to her community but a devastating blow to her husband, Patrick, and their 10-year-old son, who faced an unthinkable future without her. Questions still haunt us. Why did Harrington and Baldacchino believe burning Sylvia alive would solve their problems? How could such evil unfold in a close-knit island like Malta? And what does this say about the risks faced by those, like Sylvia, who dedicate their lives to helping others? Her compassion for a domestic violence victim put her in the crosshairs of a monster, and her family paid the ultimate price. Sylvia's story is a stark reminder that evil can strike anywhere, even in a place as serene as Malta. It's a call to protect those who protect others and to cherish the ones we love. That's all for this episode of True Crime Tales with Cosette. If Sylvia's story touched you, hit that like button and share this video to honor her memory. Subscribe and ring the bell for more gripping true crime stories. Do you know of other cases that shook Malta? Share them in the comments. I read every one. Until next time, stay safe and keep seeking the truth.